This is an RME-45 communications receiver dating from about 1946 or 47. It's recently purchased by a friend, and I've been doing some refurbishment work on it. Not really restoration, just refurbishment. Changed all the tubular paper caps and the electrolytics out. Done some minor cosmetic work on it. Realigned it. And repaired a fault in the tuning mechanism. It was the large quadrant wheel, gear that's on the tuning shaft had come loose on the tuning shaft, so I soldered that back on. It's now ready, ready for my friend. Let's give a little bit of a demonstration of it. Got quite an interesting dial with a bandspread dial in the center there, which covers the amateur bands, the HF amateur bands as they were in the 1940s, and that links in with the main dial, and the set covers about 600 kilohertz to 33 megahertz on 6 bands. It's currently on band 1, which is the broadcast band. Got a very slow tuning mechanism in it. I mean, even the main tuning is slow, but the fine tuning is really slow. It takes 400 turns of the small knob to get from one end of the dial to the other, and 80 turns of the large one, which is an uncomfortable amount of turns actually if you're doing a lot of tuning of this receiver. But it's actually pretty good. If you're in one of the amateur bands and you want really good band spread, it's perfect for that. But as a bit of a band cruiser, if you're into shortwave listening or something, it's really not the receiver to have. It's actually quite a sensitive receiver. It's one RF stage, converter stage, couple of IF stages, but it is actually quite sensitive for that. I've got it on just a few feet of wire at the moment, about 12 feet of wire in the workshop here, so it's not receiving much, just a lot of noise on the broadcast band, which is a bit of a shame. So the controls are on, off, and tone control. It's got a front panel phone socket. It's got an RF gain control, which is ganged with a AVC switch. So when the RF gain control is fully up, the AVC is on, and when it's down, it's manual control. But somebody's put a modification here, so you can switch that in, and it puts the AVC back in circuit, no matter where you are at the RF gain control. Gives a little bit more leeway in terms of controlling the gain exactly as you want it, so I can understand why they did that. You got the fine tuning, main tuning. You got six wave bands selectable here. BFO pitch control, BFO on off control. Audio gain, which is actually ganged with a noise limiter. So with the audio gain pushed in, the noise limiter is actually on, and you pull it out and it switches the noise limiter out of circuit, which is a little bit unintuitive. I would have thought you'd have pulled it to put the noise limiter in circuit, but that's the way it is. And it's got an on, transmit, and standby. So it was kind of designed for amateur radio use, really. And for selectivity, it's got 6 positions. It's got a crystal filter, single pole crystal filter. At the moment it's off, which is what you'd normally have it in for broadcast reception. And then it's got 5 positions on the crystal, and on the narrowest position you can hear the sort of phase control. Very sharp tuning on the too sharp for audio, really is designed for CW. And you can tune a null or a peak with the phasing control.
items will have to go in clear back.
The biggest question now is how many people will face severe outcomes if it's true.
Looks all the way up to 33 megs, okay. Got the signal generator in the shack on here at 32 megahertz. And if you bear with me for a little while I tune along here, like 40 turns of the dial, I'll get to our 32 megahertz there. This must have really been bad for people that wanted to tune across the band. There we go, 32. It's quite sensitive all the way up to the highest part of the bands it covers. The noise limiter actually introduced a little bit of distortion. That's why I normally have it out. If you don't notice on speech, it's really just on music. It does actually work. There's some noise there, and the noise limiter really does get rid of the noise.
Yeah, they came with pressure, so this is going to be probably what Nathan Rourke sees. And from what I understand this week.
So there we go. An RME-45 communications receiver from the mid-1940s.